Today's episode is all about setting and achieving big goals in your network marketing business. We're going to explore how to set 10x goals using Dr. Benjamin Hardy's 10x concept. And in case we're meeting for the first time, we are the Beaches here at Beach Boss Influencers. My name is Brandy Shaver.
I'm Carrie Hyam.
I'm Adrienne Lindeen.
And I'm Fran Loebscher.
And we teach network marketers like you how to grow a profitable network marketing business in less time using social media automation and influence marketing. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and make sure you share this episode with your team and tag us when you do so we can comment. And if you're ready to supercharge your goal setting and achieve massive results in your business, you're totally in the right place today. Woohoo for you. So, Carrie, do you want to talk about what the concept of 10x is?
Yeah, absolutely. So the understanding the concept of 10x. So Dr. Benjamin Hardy, he has wrote several books, but two in particular, he talks about like 10x is easier than 2x. And how setting big goals is actually easier and more effective than setting like minute goals. And so when it comes to goal setting, and when you're thinking about goals that are like 10 times greater than what you initially think is achievable, what this does is it actually pushes beyond your comfort zone to achieve the big results that you want in your business. And so the whole purpose of it is that by setting goals that are 10 times larger, you'll think bigger, you'll work harder, and you'll achieve more than if you set these teeny little modest goals. And so why this process of setting 10x goals work? In the book, he goes through like all the science and like all the proof and all the things. So if you want to check out that book, it's 10x is easier than 2x by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. But when it comes to the mindset shift, this is the biggest reason that it works, is because when you shift your mindset from limitation to instead like what's actually possible, what it does is it actually encourages more ambitious and more innovative approach to get there. Because there's really, if when you set a goal that's 10 times bigger than where you're at, there's usually only one, maybe two things that are going to actually help you leap there. So it gets rid of all the fluff and all the noise, and you zone in on the things that are going to help you make the biggest moves possible. And then not only that, it also can create a sense of urgency and excitement, which drives you to take more significant actions and keeps you motivated, right? It increases your motivation. So once you've done that, you now have to, now that you understand it, Adrienne can talk about like how to do it.
Yeah. So setting your 10x goals. The first thing is, you want to identify what your current goals are first, like what Carrie said. So you want to start by evaluating, your current network marketing goals and getting super specific, not general. And what we mean by that is it's like, I want to be a double diamond by the end of the year. Okay, well, what is that double diamond? What does that mean in your revenue? Like, how much are you bringing home? What's that income look like? And so you got to get super specific. What are you aiming for in terms of sales and recruits? How many recruits? What kind of size team do you have to get to hit that goal? What does your team have to grow into? Because you can rank advanced to a certain level all on your own. But after that, in majority of structures, compound plan structures, it then requires you to qualify team members. People in your organization have to also be at certain ranks to unlock, right, those certain things in the comp plan. So you need to know like what's your team growth looking like also. And then you want to multiply your goals by 10. So an example is like if your current goal is to recruit 2 new team members this year, and setting a 10x goal would be recruiting 100 new team members. Now, do not like get this twisted with the fact that, it's like, oh, my goal has to be realistic, right? We get that. And go read the book. There's all this science around this whole thing, and that's not an unrealistic goal. But again, go read the book on all that. So we're not telling you to be unrealistic here. But it actually shows like your goal. If you're like, oh, I'm going to recruit 10 people this year, like, is that easy? Do you think that that's something doable? And if you're like, yeah, it's doable. I see people do it all the time. I see people do that in a month. Then your goal isn't 10x enough. Okay. Because it has to seem like something so far out there. Okay. But you're actually getting to that goal, like Carrie was saying, and the psychology again's in the book. You come up short, you still done pretty dang good for yourself, right? So then you want to like adjust those metrics. So apply the 10x principle to various metrics within your business. So now that it's like just your goal, it's like what other things in your business do you want to apply that to? Like your monthly sales volume, your team growth, personal development milestones, like all of it. This isn't just a one part of your business concept. When you are in 10x, you start operating all things in the 10x mindset, which leads me to like visualizing your 10x goals. Okay. Use visualization exercises like to imagine achieving your 10x goal. I do this all the time. I'm a visual person. And like once like us beaches start talking about goals or things, uh, you know, specifics around those, like I can't even help my brain. It starts going into like it visualizes like my future self living these goals out, like it's clear as day, right? So you want to visualize those things. Imagine achieving those 10x goals. What steps is it taking you to get there, right? The successes. Okay, what impact is that going to have on your business and your life when you hit that 10x goal? Okay. And if you want, create a vision board or a digital representation, so to speak, of your 10x goals. And that's going to help keep you motivated and focused. I know for myself, when I was doing this like weight loss challenge, I pinned up a pair of jeans in my room on the wall. So every time I woke up, I saw them. Every time I wanted to take a nighttime snack into my room, I saw them, right? Like they were at the forefront every day. I saw it. Those gold jeans is what we called them, right? But you literally, it's like a reminder daily of that. So then you want to break down those goals. Okay. So, what are the action steps? Divide your 10x goals into smaller, actionable steps, right? Chunk it down, or like as Brandy says, you know, you can't eat that elephant all in one bite. You got to, one bite at a time. So outline what needs to be done daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, right? That to move towards these larger goals. And then set like intermediate milestones, like which will help you track your progress and so that you can identify your gains. Okay. Also a Benjamin Hardy deal. You can identify your gains and celebrate your small wins along the way, because that's what's going to keep fueling you to get up every single day of this grind and put one foot in front of the other and really hit those goals.
Okay, and then let's dive into the strategies to help you achieve your 10x goals. And the first thing is to develop an action plan. You need to plan for success. If you don't plan for success, you are, how does the saying go? You're planning for failure. Those who, I can't remember how the saying goes, but anyway, you need to plan. You need to have a strategy to get there. Okay, so create a detailed action plan that like literally outlines the specific strategies that you're going to follow. And remember, Carrie says, like, if you have this 10x goal, it's not going to be, oh well, am I going to do this? Am I going to do this? Like the 10 different things that I can do. No, it's going to be a very clear path in order to get there. All right, so the strategies and the tactics that you're going to use to get those 10x goals, how are you going to market yourself? How are you going to put content out there, to actually market yourself? To how are you going to help your team, and how are you going to grow your team and build and make sure that your team is aligned to this goal, that you're all going towards this one goal. And what personal development are you doing every day to keep your head in the right space so that you don't fall off the path. Okay. Secondly, what are you doing to implement your plan, every single day? Make sure that you're intentional with the action that you're taking, and that every action that you're taking is income producing. All right. Secondly, leverage your network. Okay. Your team is going to be your biggest thing to get you there. This network marketing isn't like about me. It's about the team, and how are we going to get them to there together and get them all aligned to this goal. Because if they're doing that too, they're also hitting massive goals, and together you all hit your 10x goal. All right. So engaging your team, okay, making sure that like you're delegating tasks, motivating your team, and ensuring that everyone is aligned to this huge vision that you have. Okay. And help them paint in their mind's eye what this is going to look like. Because if you tell your brain this is what it's going to look like, your brain is going to start looking for things for evidence to prove that this is. You tell your brain you can't do it, it'll look for evidence and you won't do it. You tell your brain this is what we're doing, okay, and I can do this, and this is where we're going. It believes it, and it's going to happen. All right. um Making sure that you're always growing your network, you're growing your audience, so that you're getting your content, and you're getting your opportunity, and you're getting your products in front of more people, in front of more recruits, in front of more customers, using social media. Maybe you're starting to run ads. Maybe that is something that you're looking into doing. Okay. And if that's something that you want to know about, drop ads in the chat so we can help you figure out what that would look like. Okay. Then are you tracking what you're doing? Because a business that isn't tracked, you have, like, if you, and this is something I used to say to my team all the time. They say, well, I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, well, let's look at what you're doing. Let's look at your tracking. Let's see what you're actually doing. And if you're not tracking, you don't know what's working, what's not working, what you might do differently. You need to know, and you need to know the numbers. Like, everything needs to be tracked so that you can, what you need to keep duplicating in order to get there, and your team knows as well. So regularly track your process, your progress towards that 10x goal, making sure that you are using analytics and performance metrics to evaluate what's working and what needs adjustment to keep moving towards that goal. And be flexible. So don't be so set on this is what I'm going to do, but it is going to need pivoting and adjustment and flexibility, so that you're always evaluating what's working, what's not working, what I might do differently, and you keep evaluating and pivoting on that path to that beautiful 10x goal.
All right. The last part is overcoming focus, because just because we set a 10x goal, we got everything in play, right? Everything's working. Sometimes stuff doesn't line up. Like, that's just how it works, right? So you need a plan if setbacks and obstacles happen, so that you're not losing momentum. You don't get stuck in um that stuck state for 4 or 5 weeks. You have a plan in place so your momentum continues to grow. And as Fran said, right, track and then pivot. So if it's not working out the way you need to, become a scientist and start testing different things. But you can make adjustments of your plan if it's necessary, but keep your focus on the end goal. I know as Beach Boss has grown, right, we have bigger goals, and sometimes it takes more focus. It takes longer period of time, than what we think it should, or whatever, right? But we don't lose our end goal. We continue to keep moving forward and testing different things that are going to get us there. The next piece is maintain your focus. Avoid distractions at all costs. This last year for us has kind of been a shiny object year. And what we found, we identified, we were like, oh, we have shiny object syndrome. That's what's going on, right? We had made our 10x goal, and then we had, kind of gone off doing different things. And so identify common distractions and develop a strategy to stay focused on your 10x goal. Now, if it doesn't fit into your 10x goal, it's not going to get you there, and that, the answer should be instantly no. And I'll give you an example. I had a friend reach out. She's doing a retreat, this big thing. She asked me if I could come and either teach or be a part of it or whatever, right? She's trying to gather, women that are successful, that are doing the do, that, can contribute to the group. And it was an instant no for me. Like, it doesn't fit into where we are going as Beach Boss, right? So right now, so it's not, and I wasn't mean or anything. I just said, right now, this doesn't fit into where I'm going. So, keep me in the loop. I wish you all the success, out there, but this isn't for me. You don't have to say yes to every single person that ever asks you to do something. Although, if you're a people pleaser, that's a lot harder to do than just to talk about, but you'll learn that as you go. And then balancing your ambition versus realism. Realistic expectations, while you're aiming high, ensure your 10x goals are still achievable. If we, like, say right now, if I'm a brand new in network marketing, or maybe I've built a small team and it's fallen apart, and I haven't taken the time to build my audience, I haven't been doing any of those things. For me to go from a broken down team, right? Because it's kind of falling apart, to a $10 million network marketer in the next year is probably not realistic expectation. Okay. So that's the part that, we want to balance our ambition and realism at the same time, have these 10x goals, but also, if you don't have any of the assets and things needed to get there, and it's going to take a little bit more time, maybe it's the time part you adjust, right? Not necessarily the goal, but it's the time part you adjust, so that you don't fall into that drudgery cycle. Because when you don't hit your goal, then you're like, oh, I suck, and blah blah blah, this, that and the other. This is what my first personal coach taught me, which seems so simple, but for those of us that are A players, if we don't hit a goal, we beat ourselves up. That's what we do. And my personal coach was like, Brandy, why don't you just change the goal? Right? And it's not that you're changing the main goal on the end, right? You're just maybe fixing the timeline. And then self-care. You want to definitely put this into your play, because, again, A players, people that, go, 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 we don't maintain a balance between ambition and personal well-being, and we just hit the wall and burn out, and then we want to burn everything down. And all of us here at Beach Boss can tell you we've hit that point one time or another in our business, more than once. So avoid burnout by managing your stress and ensuring self-care. This needs to be top of mind, because if you don't have your oxygen mask on and you're running for a 10x goal, there's no way you're going to make it, because you are not taking care of your human. And your human is the one that, will get sick, will shut down, will burn everything down, get into emotion, whatever, right? So in conclusion, 10x goals are incredible, and they change things for you. Setting ambitious goals and develop a massive action plan, like Adrian was saying, or was it Carrie? I don't remember. But if you're going to recruit 2 people in the year, 10x that and recruit 100, right? That's makes way more sense than spending 20 years trying to build your network marketing business, right? So hopefully this is helpful for you. If you'd like to learn how to attract your perfect prospects so that you can avoid all the things you hate doing in network marketing, like spammy reach outs and, bugging people, chasing friends and family, all those things that none of us like doing, that suck our soul dry, click the link in the comments and grab our social recruiting secrets. And then don't forget to join our free online community with over 30,000 network marketers just like you, to discover secrets to growing your business using social media and automation. You can find that link in the description below. We appreciate you being on this episode. If this helped you, please share with other network marketers. Our goal is to elevate the industry as a whole. So we would love to get this message out. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next episode.